The two biggest life lessons for me are these. Number one, most of us, when we suffer in solitude and in silence. Now that alone, that truth that we suffer in solitude and in silence is not nearly as impressive to me as the fact that we don't need to do it that way. That in fact, although we come to this planet alone, and ultimately every single one of us are going to leave alone, that while we're here, we not only do not have to do it alone, but it's counterproductive to do it alone. The things that we're looking for to break free from our suffering so that we can be happy and abundant and joyful and impactful and ultimately free, those qualities are available to us when we are able to tap into community, connection, heart-centeredness, and the ability to express and move out what's been going on in our lives. That's number one. So we don't have to do it alone. Life lesson number two, and this is a huge one for me, is the moment that I realized that comparison and competition destroy cellular intelligence. Destroy cellular intelligence. Your uniqueness, the way in which that you walk through this world, that is essentially your superpower. That is what is going to free you from anything that makes you feel like you are less than, that you are somehow limited, and that you are unable or ineffective in what you are able to do in this life. So here's the catch. When we are feeling stuck, when we are feeling as though we are alone and we are suffering in silence, we have a tendency to look up and look around and say, okay, who's here? And is anybody else feeling like this? Or am I alone in this? And the catch is that so frequently when we look up, we often don't see those individuals who are also feeling alone because they're alone and quiet. But what we see instead are the voices of those individuals who are out there and their manicure is impeccable, their house is spotless, their car is clean, their children are happy. Their lives seem as though they've got it all together. Maybe, possibly. And I can say that I'm one of those who actually did a lot of controlling, and if I'm really honest with myself, can lean in that direction again, where I put more control over my life at times when I feel out of control as a way in which to be more abundant, peaceful, happy, and free. And I know from personal experience and from the research that that way of restricting does not, in fact, increase abundance, happiness, peace, and freedom. It does the opposite. It constricts the flow of energy. It alienates me from that which I love and those whom I love. And it sets me up for being silent and alone. So the key is this: join a community. Be a part of a group of individuals, small or large, who are walking this windy and woolly road together and are showing up with their bedhead and in their pajamas and saying, yo, hey, struggling with this, any insights? What's your experience? And you're able to share both your joy, your sorrow, your struggle, and every way that you have made positive impact in your life. You're able to share the wisdom from your life experiences and pay those forward. Secondarily to that, so join a community, and then secondarily to that, do everything within your power to be disciplined, clear, radiant, and directed in what you're doing without digging your claws in, right? I love the saying that I don't know who said that everything I've ever let go of, I've left claw marks. Now I resemble that, which is not something I'm proud of, but it's part of the reason that I can sit here and say that the way in which that we make the greatest impact isn't to hold on more tightly, but instead it's to learn how to let go lightly. So if you want to know more about this, please join our Facebook community. It's here for you, it's free, and it's an opportunity for you to show up real and raw and to be in the presence of those who are doing their best, just as you are every single day, to make it on this crooked and windy and wiggly and unforeseen road of life. That's number one. And number two, there's a checklist. It's just a healthy lifestyle checklist to give you some ideas of things you can do in the morning, midday, and at night that will help turn you in the direction of the sun, the way that a sunflower follows the sun. And in that way, you will find more abundance, more joy, more peace, and more freedom. Big love to you. Thanks for listening.